Abraham in Riverside, California. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com in Durham, North Carolina. And I'm going to cut a second pair of glasses from you. You got some Pradas from me earlier, and now I'm going to cut the RayBan 3026L, which is the large, the giant, the Aviator. This is a little plastic sleeve they put on the temple to prevent them from rubbing together during shipping. I'm going to put 2 of those on there when I ship to you in Riverside, California. Of course, let me get your Italian leather RayBan case, your RayBan cleaning cloth, which was upside down almost always. Let me put that back down. You'll be getting all that, of course, with one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths. This is the model number 3026 in the 62 eye size. This is color 2846, which is the classic gold. I believe they call that the Arista on the RayBan website. And of course it comes with the heavy glass breakable G15 lenses. So let me take out your heavy breakable glass lenses and instead cut some green mirror polarized gray lenses with that green iridescent mirror coating on them. Lightweight unbreakable lenses. Let's go ahead, and this video is going to be one of my longer ones because this has a million screws that I've got to take apart very carefully. It's not like the plastic frames where I can just pop the lenses in and out. So let me go lefty loosey on a lot of these. I'm going to see if I can take the lens out without removing all of the screws, which I was able to do. One of them is the temple screw, then the other one is the eye wire screw. Let me do the same thing for your left lens. Loosen up the temple screw first, and then let's do the eye wire screw next. Yay, I got them out. So let me tighten these screws back up. Let me see if I can do this with your lenses without dropping one of these screws. I've made sure to keep the tray here in case any of these pop out. So these are your your heavy glass lenses. One of these lenses weighs more than both of these lenses and frame combined. So now I'm going to put your Italian Aviator frames and hit start into my $30,000 Santinelli. It's the Italian LE1000 patternless edger, and the stylus is coming up and tracing the shape of the right lens, and then it's going to move over and trace the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine authentic RayBan frame and you will receive free clear single vision prescription lenses. Tinted sunglass lenses cost a little bit more. Polarized lenses cost a little bit more on top of that. And of course the mirror coating costs just a little bit more, but it is so worth it. You're going to have a bad pair of glasses when I'm done. So I'm going to pull up the shape of the lens onto the computer. Your pupillary distance of 68. I'm going to program that into the computer. These are polycarbonate lenses that I'm going to cut on the soft cycle. And these are being cut for a metal frame. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to tell you, because this video is going to be so long, I went ahead and put your lenses into my lensometer, got them oriented just right. I put 3 red dots on them like you saw me do in my other video. This is a block. I need to attach this to the lens while it is cutting. So I'm going to put your first lens into the block. Or the other nice thing I've noticed about your lenses, in fact both of them, when they were putting the mirror coating on in the lab, actually they're upside down, let me rotate them. You are now, Abraham, you are going to be now known as Secret Agent 428. Can you see those 2 numbers there? One set of numbers on each lens, 428. So when they put them in the machine, they knows who they are. So my lab has designated you Secret Agent 428. So that is what you will go by for the rest of the video. So let me go ahead and put your lenses into the blocker, which is this machine. I'm going to attach this to your lens by using a double-sided adhesive sticker. 3M, the same people who make useless post-it notes, make very useful double-sided adhesive stickers. No, I'm just kidding. I use those things all the time. I could never live without them. So, yay, post-it notes. But the black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the block, pull away the tape to make my side sticky. And essentially what I'm looking into is just like the crosshairs of a scope. I have a vertical meridian and a horizontal one. And I put 3 dots on your lenses because with your astigmatism, your lens has to go in there just one way. It cannot get oriented any other way, or you're just not going to see as well as you could. One other nice feature, of course these are mirrored lenses, but they are gray polarized. So when you look out, everything looks gray, but when people look at you, they're just going to see the green. So the entire world does not look green. It just looks like a storm cloud is passing over. The other way you can test if lenses are Hey, look. Oh, let me cover up your last name. You just sent me an email. Abraham is good. Go crazy. Are you available? The funny you can be. Make okay. Sorry, I'm checking my email right before I cut your lenses. He said, "Be as silly as I want to be." So I'm gonna take your lens and I'm gonna throw it across the lab. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm gonna drop it on the floor and stomp on it. Look, it's short Saturday. Plus, because it's 87 degrees, 89 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, so I'm wearing shorts today. But the way you can always tell if lenses are polarized is when you hold them up and you cross over. You can still see through the lens, but when you hold them, actually let me get them 90 degrees apart. Okay, I can do it that way. But yeah, you can't see through the lens that way, but when you hold them together, you can still see through the lens. But when you rotate them 90 degrees, when you hear that something is polar opposites, they actually go black and block all available light. That's how you can always test to see if lenses are polarized. One lens will always cancel the other. So let's cancel the demonstration and get to work. So I'm going to put your lens into the blocker. I'm going to line up the 3 dots that I put on there with the horizontal meridian of the scope, and then with the vertical one I put it right through the center dot, which is your optical center. This is your left lens. Let me put that there. Of course, I have every lens color possible with the mirror coating. Put the block on, peel the tape off the sticker, get those 3 dots lined up perfectly, put the block on there, and we can begin. I'm going to go ahead and put your right lens into the chuck. Again, it's going to be gray when you look out of it. Everyone who looks at you is going to see the mirror tint. But I'm going to hit start, and the first thing that's going to happen is these calipers are going to come down, and they're going to trace the right side of your frame to make sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. And as long as the lens is larger than 75 millimeters, it will cut out. Your lenses are 76 millimeters. It's just going to fit by 1 millimeter. But it's starting with the concave side of the lens, which is the rear surface closest to your eyelashes. Then it's moving over to trace the front surface, which is the convex side of the lens, measuring the thickness all the way around to know exactly where to place the bevel so your lens best fits inside the frame. I will have to close the door in a moment, but I just want you to see as your lens touches down on the cutting wheel. So, your prescription, Abraham, I've covered up your last name and phone number, email, so all your fans can't come and find you in Riverside, California at 1612 Elm Street. Just, he would love to meet you. Come around to the back of his house, bang on the window, go ahead, let the window up, climb on in and introduce yourself. No, but your lenses are made out of polycarbonate material. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is also virtually unbreakable and bulletproof up to .22 caliber, because you're going to need that in California. But it also has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. Although Abraham, I don't think he has sensitive skin. This is a tough guy. But anyway, maybe your eyes are sensitive. So nonetheless, you have UVA and UVB protection built into the lens that will never fade. You also have the polarized lenses. And of course, polarized lenses come in 3 colors. Brown, the classic RayBan G15, just like the lenses I took out of here. Of course, how well does that green mirror look next to that? Pretty cool. This is going to look pretty nice, pretty nice. But, and of course the gray. Now the gray is the most common of the polarized lenses, because gray is like a storm cloud passing overhead. It just, if you could take a brightness knob on your phone or tablet and turn it all the way down, that's what a gray polarized lens will do. It only lets 85% of all visible light in. In fact, we have many other colors. Let me go ahead and get these samples back out while I make a mess over here. Hey, 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 don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. So these are all the other colors. You have to look at me with my GoPro camera on my head now, but I can do just about any color mirror coating that you want, from a purple color to a blue to the orange to the greenish yellows, the black silvers I can do. Of course, we've got more. I've got the iridescent red, the blue. This is the green that you had gotten. We can compare that there. This green is called, it's the 17R, it is called the Extreme Green. The 16R is the Extreme Blue right next to it. We got more series. We can do a double mirror coating where it's blue at the bottom with a gray stripe through the center. We have the flash mirrors for people who want to play poker indoors and have a mirror coating and be clear. And then I have one more that they've just come out with. It is the Solar Flare Yellow. Oop, turned on my handstone. And this is the yellow coating that I can do. So anyone out there watching this, I'm pretty quick. I can ship within 24 to 48 hours on just about everything, if not same day, for clear lenses and lenses with anti-glare coating. The mirror coating is going to add about a week to 10 days onto the order. The lab that I order from will overnight everything to me. However, the mirror coating is put on at an outside lab in Ohio, so that's what the delay is. They'll make your lens in 24 hours. They'll ship it to the lab in Ohio. They'll put the mirror coating on and give you a number 428, Secret Agent 428. All right, we're almost done. So let's go ahead and take the right lens out. Take the right lens out, put the left lens in, shake it all about. All right, how's that song go? I can't remember. So, like me, your lens has some rough edges. At least your rough edges I can get rid of. Mine, not so easily. So I'm gonna use my handstone, which is completely flat. I can put my finger on it while it's running. My finger gets warm due to the friction, but it's that friction that allows me to apply what's known as the safety bevel. And actually, let me dry your lens off so it's not slippery. Boy, this is not a good time to drop a lens. So, I'm gonna use my thumbnail to scrape off what's known as the Schwarf. I have just literally melted your rough edges away, and this is the optical debris that is left over from that. I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape that all off. And once it's all off of your lens and onto the counter, come on, get off your lens. And I do this so much, I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. So Agent 428, why can't I have a nice thumbnail? You're the reason I can't have a nice thumbnail. Of course, I don't know why I can't have a nice thumbnail on that side, but that's a different story. So I've gotten all of the Schwarf off of your lens that I've scraped off. I collect it very neatly and very responsibly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Why? Two reasons. One, to remind kids that I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like that. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, you got to stay in school. And two, because the clown gets to have fun while he's at work too. So that's why. All right, so let me go back over here. Picked up my Phillips head screwdriver. Go lefty-loosey. And while you're watching this, I'm going to cuss under my breath at Agents 428 for ordering this frame. No, you could have picked an easier frame for me to work on, but no, you didn't. So I'm loosening it up. I may have to do a little bit more. Is it going to fit in there? Is it going to fit in there? No, I'm going to have to loosen this screw. And Agent 428, if I drop one of these screws on the floor during the video and I have to get on my hands and knees, I am going to spit on your lens when it comes time for cleaning. It's only fair. You make me get on my knees, I get to spit on your lens. Oh, whoop, whoop, there it goes. I caught it. It landed. Let's put it right in there. Let's make sure your lens is in there perfectly. And it is. Now let's put that little tiny screw back in there. I may have to cut my fingernails closer just to be able to get it in there. All right, that's it. I'm going up in price on these Aviators. 2 screws, 90-something% of all my videos. Look, am I shaking? Have I had too much coffee today? Let me set this down. Put my little Phillips head in there, righty-tighty. Make sure that's not too tight. And that is it. Your right lens is done. So you do have a little edge thickness because of your astigmatism, or however that's pronounced. I don't, how am I supposed to know how to pronounce astigmatism? Oh wait, I just did. Okay, so it's your stigs sticking out. So that's your right lens. Let's go ahead and start cutting your left. Let's put this in there and flip that over to L, which essentially means not right, which is just like me. That's my button, the not right button. And I actually want to put the machine in and hit start. And just like before, the calipers are going to come down, but this time they're going to trace the shape of the left side of your giant 62mm Aviators. This thing is like the windshield. I want to wear it in the 55 eye size or the 58, and you've got it in the 62. But anyway, it's tracing the shape of the left side of your frame onto the lens to make sure this lens is large enough to fit. And it is by 1mm, always starting with the rear surface, the concave surface, before moving over and tracing the convex front surface of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. course, the cutting wheel is down here on the bottom left. It's that lighter color wheel that's going to grind away your unbreakable bulletproof lens material. This wheel in the center with that channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. And now that your left lens is cutting, this bevel, that's what's going to do. So this block is no longer needed. I can take that off with my bare hands because I'm as strong as 3 men. But I have the appetite of 10 of them. So when I get off work, I am going to go eat some fajitas and drink some margaritas. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Mango margaritas. Okay, I'm going to put your lens in right above that red dot. Where is that red dot? There's the red dot. I'm going to hold it on my thumb, put it in there, check with my viewfinder, spin the axis wheel to 8. Of my Marco 101 lensometer. Can you see the 10 where I'm 2 tick marks over? Turn the wheel and whoo! Breathe a sigh of relief that I got minus 150 in power. Because with your high astigmatism, which I'll explain in a moment, I'm getting combined power of minus 375. Your prescription reads, where's my PD stick? Your prescription reads for your right eye minus 150, minus 2 1/4 at 008. Or as I like to say, 8. And your left lens is minus 150, minus 250 at 165. Or as I like to say, 165. Does that need any translation? Of course, this is on a 4 base, which means I've gotten your lens even flatter than normal. Polarized gray with your green mirror tinting and your RayBan 30-26, size 62. Color gold and a 24-28-46. Have I covered this already? Okay, so the unit of measurement in the optical field is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. You're right, everything goes in quarter increments from 0 up to 1,000,000 in quarter increments, starting 25.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150. So both your right and left eyes and your center, your third eye, maybe your fourth and fifth too, if you're one of those fifth dimensional creatures. But you need 6 steps of correction for your nearsighted. You can see up close, great, but you just can't see far away worth a hoot. So you need 6 steps of correction to minify everything to the correct size. Without your glasses on, everything is much too large, which is cool when you're looking at my muscles. Boom, boom, boom. They look larger than they really are. You put your glasses on, they shrink down to my little chicken wing size that they really are. Now here's where your astigmatism comes into play. So you need 6 steps of correction here. You need another 9 steps of correction for your astigmatism in your right eye. You need 10 additional steps of astigmatism correction in your left eye. This first number gets everything the correct size. Astigmatism is what makes everything blurry. So 6s and 8s, or the letters P and F look alike. So you need 10 steps on top of your 6 steps. So you're on the 16th rung of a ladder. Gracious, Abraham. Secret Agent 428. So you have the average astigmatism is between 1 and 2. Yours is a little bit higher than average. So technically, yes, Secret Agent 428, you now have crazy stigs. That's a medical term. I don't know what it means other than you squint a lot. So you and your neighbor who bought glasses for me, what y'all been squinting at out there in Riverside, California? Is there some pretty women? Is there some nice cars down the road? Whatever it is, you've been squinting. And of course, astigmatism correction is the fine-tune knob. So no more 6s and 8s looking like. You'll see them nice and crisp. We just have to turn that fine-tune knob to 8 on a line from 0 to 180, which is what this is. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 8 on your right eye. For your left eye, we're going to turn it to 165. That's why when I put your lens in, it has to go in just perfectly. If it gets tilted in any way, you're just not going to see as well. And we can't have that, can we? For the amount of money that you spent, which is $150 for the frame, $79 for your polarized prescription lenses with all of that astigmatism in there. No extra charge for that. Their mirror coating was $16 for a grand total of $289. Of course, free shipping anywhere in America. Free shipping anywhere in the world after you pay for it. I'm sorry, hello, is this on? This is as funny as I get, y'all. Okay, so I've dried your lens off with a nice little faint cloth here. I have absorbed all the gentle dew that is on your lens. All right, I'll shut up now. Back to the handstone real quick. Back to the safety bevel. Yo, let's get safety. Want me to do the safety dance? Hey, safety dance. For $1 more, I will river dance. On your I'm gonna put your glasses on and then river dance. and tell everyone my name is Secret Agent 428. So, alright, I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape all of the schwarf off of your lens. That's right, that's a real word. When I first heard my professor say it, I literally raised my hand and called BS. That is no lie. They made me open up my textbook to see what I had been ignoring that week as part of my homework assignment. And yes, sure enough, that word was in my textbook. So this is where I say, may the schwarf be with you if you're a Mel Brooks fan. But it ain't going to be with you. I've scraped it all off your lens and onto the counter. And once it's all on the counter, I collect it into one nice pile. Oh, got another text according to my Samsung Gear Watch. This time I'm going to be responsible and I'm going to vacuum it up. You vacuum that around the edge of your lens. Must be tidy now. Dry everything off again because I double fist paper towels. You can never have too many. Where's your frame? Here it is. Let me take it out. Although, you know, in TLC, Lisa Left Eye, she made a living just with the lens on one side of the thing. How about you just wear one side, one polarized lens? It's like having one 3D lens. It ain't gonna work. So okay, here we go. Let me run the gambit. See if I can loosen these screws without having to take them out all the way. So help me baby Jesus, if I drop one of these screws on the floor, I will not be a happy camper. I'm only going to sell plastic frames from now on. Hey, that one went in pretty easy. Thank you, 8 pound 7 ounce baby Jesus, not uttering a word, draped in your nice little fine linens. No beard, no grown man, no Ricky Bobby, just sweet little baby Jesus. Alright, so I'm going to take this block off. Oh, I should have done it with my hands. I forgot to do that. I forgot that I have a $300 tool. I put the lens in there, put that in there, hit the button, and that breaks the seal from the lens. $300 for this very high-tech piece of equipment here. Of course, I put some moleskin on here, so it doesn't, no chance of scratching the lens. Same moleskin on the counter if I have to turn your lens over and do the eye wire screw there. For $15, I have this tool that just grabs hold of the chuck, or the block while it's on the lens, and I pull it off. But no, I'm going to keep that on my magnetic toolbar, and I'm going to use my $300 Aflac tool. You like that? You like that? It does look like a duck. Let me draw an eyeball on there. Alright, this is Secret Agent 429. Quack, quack. Agent 428, you've been replaced by a duck. So, try this off again. I'm going to put your left lens into my Marco 101 lensometer. Where's that red dot? I'm going to put it next to my thumb, put it there in front of my viewfinder. I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 165, which is the alignment of your astigmatism for your left eye, and I better read minus 150. Woo! I do. That is perfect. Let's check that crazy astigmatism you have in your left eye, those crazy stigs, and I'm getting minus 4. Do you remember high school algebra? Do you remember Algebra Secret Agent 428, or did you drop out of school? Anyway, when you have two minuses, you add them together. But let me put it in more realistic terms. If someone owed you $1.50 and they borrowed another $2.50, they would owe you a combined power of $4. So there we have it, 4 diopters. So your left lens is cut perfectly. Your pupillary distance is 68. That is the distance between the center of one eye to the center of the other. I'm going to put my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. And when I hold it up over the left lens, hopefully you can see 68 millimeters. I'm going to move it back and forth in front of the light so that is made correctly. And before I ship to you in Riverside, California, I'm going to make sure your frame is in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. Actually, let me clean those dots off your lenses. Now, hey, I've got an aunt. My Aunt Ann is in California, in Riverside, California, to be more specific. So she might be a neighbor. So go and knock on every door that you come to and ask if Aunt Ann lives there. If so, tell her her uncle or her nephew Matthew said, "Hi." Alright, so let me dry this off again. Oh wait, patooey! I forgot to spit on your lens to clean it. That is the best way to clean your lens. Of course, I am going to provide you with one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths, but I do want to get your frame in standard alignment, again known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them down on the counter. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, this is a wobble. No, I have 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustment. So when you get these in the mail, if they're too loose or they're too tight or they're high on one side or the other, that's because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other, and I'm no different. When I take my glasses off and I press down, there is a wobble on the counter because my left ear is lower than my right ear. So that's why this is pushed downward, pushed down on this side, and that causes it to sit level on my face. So let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. So I press down, there is no wobble. Flip them over, there is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly and they're not off-centered like that. Make sure that each temple overlaps perfectly and the same amount of tension on each hinge. After I have tightened back your gold eye wire screw, 2 on each side. So that's that. If anyone has any questions about what I can and can't do, although you know by now, there ain't nothing I can't do with a pair of glasses and a pair of prescription lenses, but just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Secret Agent 428, I hope you enjoyed watching me cut prescription polarized gray lenses with a extreme green mirror coating for your RayBan 3026, which is the largest of all Aviators. This is the windshield. In fact, let's have a little fun here. This is what I look like with my size 52 new Wayfarers on. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put yours on. Dog, where's the camera? I can't see it anymore. Secret Agent 428, you got some crazy eyes. Dude. It's a good thing I'm here. I saved your life. I'm going to make you see better, look better. Food's going to taste better when you can see it. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I can see a red light blinking. I think I see about 6 red lights blinking. But let me take these off, put mine back on. I do want to thank you for getting a second pair of glasses. Look, I missed my ear. See what look at that? All right, let me set this down. I'm going to use 2 hands to put my glasses on. But Abraham, I hope you enjoyed watching me make your second pair of glasses. You got a pair of Pradas from me. Now you're getting a pair of size 62 Aviators with the green mirror coating. I can't say that enough because these are some bad lenses. Where's your original G15 lenses? These heavy glass ones, if you were to drop this frame, these lenses would shatter. If you get hit with a rock or a baseball or a branch walking in the woods, someone swings back, this cracks open, slices your eye wide open. Case closed, your eye will never heal. You have 7 layers of your cornea. Only the top surface layer will heal. Layers 2 through 7 will never heal. So these are unbreakable, bulletproof lenses. They're so much lighter. Your glasses are going to be so much more comfortable and safe and stylish. And so that's that. I'm going to get these mailed to you in Riverside, California. And now I'm going to go eat some fajitas with my mango margaritas. And everyone else got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.